And I really, really am grateful to have worked with Mike Judge, and those guys I do think are the best in the game.
Did TJ Miller just confirm the dark side of Ryan Reynolds? For years, Ryan Reynolds has reigned as Hollywood's undisputed golden boy. The charming comedian who effortlessly blends wit and self-deprecation. The devoted husband who gushes about his wife at every opportunity. The all-around nice guy who seems genuinely appreciative of his success. He's built a career and a brand on being likable, approachable, and seemingly immune to the typical trappings of celebrity. But now, that carefully constructed image, that Teflon-coated persona that has shielded him from criticism for so long, is suddenly under intense fire, thanks to explosive and deeply unsettling claims from his former Deadpool co-star, the often controversial but undeniably outspoken TJ Miller. This isn't just about a petty feud between two actors, it's about the potential exposure of a deeply ingrained pattern of behavior, a glimpse into the dark side of power and manipulation within Hollywood, and the possible unraveling of a carefully crafted persona that may have been hiding a far more complex and troubling reality than anyone ever suspected. Is it all starting to fall apart? Is this the beginning of the end?
I was testing for a show that ended up actually getting picked up and doing very well, and I was one of two people maybe, and then I get a call from my managers and my agent. They were both on the line, which means it's something serious. Either you got the job or there's something wrong. And they said, so you were the choice, but the network said that your eyebrows would be too distracting.
Oh, what?
Oh no.
And then they went like, so what can we do about your eyebrows?
Ryan Reynolds has painstakingly built an empire on his signature blend of quick wit, disarming charm, and seemingly genuine relatability. From his breakout roles in comedies like Van Wilder to his more recent superhero success as the irreverent Deadpool he's consistently cultivated an image as the self-deprecating everyman who just happens to be a massive movie star. His highly active and meticulously managed social media presence only serves to further solidify this carefully crafted persona, with cleverly worded tweets, humorous self-deprecating jokes, and carefully curated photos that paint a picture of a loving family man and a genuinely kind-hearted individual. He's been seen as someone who understands how fame works and plays the game perfectly, but it begs the question, has he been playing a game this whole time? But now, that carefully constructed facade, that seemingly impenetrable wall of charm and charisma, is facing its biggest and most potentially devastating test yet, threatening to expose the darker undercurrents that may have been lurking beneath the surface all along. His long-standing and seemingly unshakable reputation is now undeniably on the line, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Will his legions of devoted fans rally to his defense, dismissing Miller's claims as the ramblings of a disgruntled and unreliable source? Or is there now too much circumstantial evidence, too many lingering questions, and too much reason to suspect that the public may have been completely fooled by a master manipulator?
It's believing that people and humanity are inherently good. And they crave nutritious food in their soul, just as they do in their bodies.
The explosive fuse was definitively lit, sending shockwaves rippling throughout Hollywood and igniting a firestorm of speculation across the internet. When TJ Miller, who played the fan-favorite character of Weasel in the Deadpool films alongside Reynolds, made some truly shocking and deeply unsettling allegations about Ryan Reynolds' behavior both on and off the set. In a series of candid and surprisingly blunt interviews, Miller described Reynolds as horrifically mean and claimed that he was weird on set, creating a palpably uncomfortable and even downright hostile working environment. Miller even went so far as to suggest that Reynolds seemed to be actively competing with him, attempting to undermine his performance and diminish his presence within the film. He was, like, weirdly mean to me on set, Miller chillingly recounted. Like, I'm not a guy that stands up to giant D*********. And then I was like, oh, okay. But what could he have possibly meant by this cryptic statement? What specific incidents occurred on the set of Deadpool that led Miller to form such a negative and potentially damaging opinion of his co-star? And is there now a way for Reynolds to effectively defend himself against these potentially career-ending accusations? Or has the damage already been irrevocably done?
But I was like just tracking him down, and then I finally got to read the script, and the script was a thriller. So that was a little confusing to me because he's like such a funny director.
Yeah.
And so I said, what is this? Because the script is definitely like a twisting, turning, intense thriller. Is it a comedy or a thriller? And he said, yes. So then every day on set, I was like, is today a comedy or is it a thriller?
It's a good mix
and
of
it's
both.
like, yeah, it's like really kind of over the top and campy and trashy and fun and like, kind of like my outfit, I guess.
But the already explosive story doesn't end there, with Miller's unsettling on-set accusations serving as an isolated incident of celebrity friction. What makes Miller's claims even more explosive, and what elevates this situation from a simple personality clash to a full-blown Hollywood scandal, is their potential connection to the previous, highly publicized controversies surrounding Ryan Reynolds, specifically the damaging allegations that he allegedly manipulated the media to protect his wife, Blake Lively, and actively undermined director Justin Baldoni on the set of It Ends With Us. Does Miller's account, separated by time and circumstance, offer further, independent, and perhaps even unintentional evidence of a recurring pattern of manipulative and even bullying behavior from Reynolds, suggesting a troubling pattern of using his power and influence to control narratives and silence those who he perceives as a threat? Are we now witnessing the gradual unveiling of a disturbing pattern, a series of interconnected incidents that paint a picture of a man far more calculating and controlling than the public has ever been led to believe? Or could these allegations be a mere coincidence, a perfect storm of misinterpreted interactions and long-held resentments that have been unfairly amplified and spun into a far more sinister narrative? Of course, and this is a crucial caveat that must be carefully considered, it's undeniably important to thoroughly examine the source and to carefully evaluate the credibility of the individual making these claims. TJ Miller is, to put it mildly, no stranger to controversy himself. He has a well-documented history of erratic behavior, troubling accusations of misconduct, and a string of highly publicized public outbursts that have collectively raised serious questions about his overall reliability and credibility as a witness. So is Miller a truly reliable narrator in this unfolding drama? Or does he perhaps have an ulterior motive to exaggerate, distort, or even completely fabricate these claims in order to further his own agenda or settle a long-held score with Reynolds? Is he seeking some form of revenge for a perceived slight or a past injustice? Or is he genuinely and altruistically trying to expose a darker and more troubling side of Ryan Reynolds that the public has never been allowed to see, a hidden truth that he believes needs to be brought to light, regardless of the personal cost? Are there other voices out there? Are there others that agree? If so, do they share similar stories?
A lot of it's my real life clothes or my husband's clothes or my girlfriend Gigi's clothes. I was borrowing some.
Wait, that's kind of amazing. So you have something of Gigi's in the movie.
Yeah, it's like a wedding, like something old, something borrowed, something blue, something new.
Wait, which
except
one?
it's
Now I want to think of the scene.
Oh, I'm wearing her stuff all over it.
Oh, really?
Tons of like Bodhi, which is with the suit now that I'm wearing is Bodhi. It was meant for my husband, but I borrowed
that's
it.
his suit?
It was meant for him to wear, but it's so pretty. Look at it. You guys are not getting it in the shot.
The most pressing and pivotal question now becomes how the often fickle and notoriously unforgiving landscape of Hollywood will ultimately respond to these increasingly troubling allegations. For years, Ryan Reynolds has been viewed as one of the industry's most consistently likable, endlessly bankable, and seemingly universally beloved stars. But Miller's claims, if they are taken seriously by industry power brokers and the wider public, could very well shatter that long-held nice guy myth, forcing Hollywood executives, studio heads, and casting directors to carefully reevaluate their long-standing relationship with Reynolds and to seriously consider the potential risks and liabilities of associating with a star whose reputation is now undeniably tarnished. Are we, in real time, about to witness a major and permanent shift in Hollywood's carefully constructed power dynamics, with Ryan Reynolds, once at the top of the pyramid, now facing a precipitous decline in his career and influence? And how will the public react, the millions of adoring fans who have long embraced Reynolds as a comedic icon and a symbol of relatable celebrity? Will they remain steadfastly loyal, dismissing the allegations as unfounded gossip? Or will they begin to question the very foundation of their admiration, wondering if they have been completely fooled by a carefully crafted illusion? he may not like what it is about to bring.
The idea that people think that they know you, I think because of how intrusive media is these days, people care so much more about your personal life than they do your work, and if you aren't open with your personal life, then they just make it up for you and share it for you.
The stakes, to put it mildly, are astronomically high, and the outcome of this unfolding drama will undoubtedly have profound and long-lasting repercussions throughout Hollywood. Can Ryan Reynolds successfully weather this increasingly severe storm, skillfully navigating the treacherous and unpredictable waters of public opinion, meticulously managing the narrative, and ultimately salvaging his carefully cultivated image from the brink of destruction? Can he somehow convince the public that he is still the charming, funny, and lovable guy they've come to know and adore? That the accusations against him are either false or wildly exaggerated, and that he remains deserving of their continued support and admiration? Or will these unsettling allegations, coupled with the lingering and still unresolved controversies from his past, ultimately prove to be too damaging to overcome, leading to a slow but inexorable decline in his career, a permanent stain on his legacy, and the tragic downfall of a once unassailable Hollywood icon? It's a long and arduous road to redemption, and it's far from certain that he will be able to successfully navigate it. But he has a good chance if he is smart about the response.
We always tease each other. He was, after I gave birth, he was like, oh my gosh, if I lost you and I, went to the park with our 3 kids, I mean, think of the ladies I can. Like, this is a horrible thing to say. And he's like, I mean, I've got a long list. And I was like, oh, really? Because I just have one on my list. I don't have anyone on my list.
And then it wasn't funny anymore.
No, it's so much more of a burn. He's like, wait, who? And I was like, think of someone. Bob Newhart. I don't know.
TJ Miller's explosive and deeply unsettling allegations against Ryan Reynolds have effectively opened a Pandora's box, forcing us to confront the long-ignored and uncomfortable truths about the entertainment industry's cutthroat competitive underbelly and the immense pressures that can often lead to toxic behavior, manipulation, and the exploitation of others. Regardless of whether Miller's shocking claims are ultimately proven to be entirely true, partially true, or completely fabricated, the damage to Reynolds' carefully crafted reputation has already been undeniably done. The once gleaming image of Ryan Reynolds, the seemingly flawless and universally beloved celebrity, has been irrevocably tarnished, and the public has been given a stark and unsettling reminder that in the often deceptive world of Hollywood, nothing is ever quite what it seems, and that even the most charming and seemingly authentic figures can be harboring hidden depths and troubling secrets beneath the surface. Will they be able to move on from these claims, or will they be stuck with them forever? Are we looking at the end of the Reynolds era? Only time, and the very carefully chosen next steps that Reynolds makes, will ultimately tell. Let us know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe.